In this video, I'm going to share with you some tips and tricks on how to add some color into your eye makeup looks. So let's get started. The first thing that you should try is applying concealer, foundation, or an eyeshadow primer onto the lids. Not only will this give the eyeshadow something to hold on to, but it'll also help to disguise any natural discoloration on the lid, which will actually help the color of your eyeshadows show up a little bit more. Now the main parts of the eye are the lid area. This is what you can see when your eyes are closed. The crease area, where the lid creases into the eye when the eyes are open, and often refers to any area above this, but just stopping underneath the brow bone. For color, however, I split the lid into 3 sections: an inner corner, a middle, and an outer corner. And we're going to be using a layering technique to make sure that all 3 areas are completely colored, but still have some light and depth. To create any eye makeup look, we typically use 3 eyeshadows: a shade lighter, a shade darker, and then a medium shade. However, for color, we use 4. The color that you're choosing, then 1 shade lighter than that, 1 shade darker than that, and then we have a mid-tone. Typically, the mid-tone is the hardest thing to find. My personal opinion is to go for a mid-tone that's very similar to the color that you're choosing, but just a little less saturated in color. Or alternatively, it can be a lighter version of your contour. To start off this look, I'm going to apply the mid-tone using a blending brush. Our mid-tone is a sheerer, unsaturated version of our color, or a lighter version of our contour shade. A mid-tone should be matte. And you want to apply this deep into the crease of the eye, and then very softly blend it upwards. And I like to keep my eyes slightly open and just look down in a mirror, working the brush over and back, and keeping a nice soft application and slowly building it up. This will add a soft fade for the color that we're going to apply onto the lids. Now I'm going to take a slightly smaller blending brush and use this to apply the color. Choose any color that you want to, and you want to really pack this onto the lids. But you don't have to use a lot to start with. You can always build this up to make sure you get the intensity that you want. Don't feel like you have to do the first layer completely perfect. It's a bit like applying nail polish. 2 or 3 coats is sometimes needed to make sure that color shows up. And you want to apply this really close to the lash line, working upwards then towards the crease area, covering the entire lid. Make sure as you get to the crease area, there's not too much on the brush so you get that soft fade. Now taking a clean blending brush, I'm going to apply the contour shade on that outer corner. Try and keep this just on the outer corner to start with, really packing it on the outer third, and then very softly sweeping out the edges. The reason we cover the entire lid with the color and then layered this over the outer edge is just to make sure that everything works really well together. You're going to have a little bit of that color on the lid shining through underneath your contour. So it's a great way to make sure that everything's going to work really well together. Now taking a flat brush, we're going to apply the lighter highlighter shade. In this regard, I went for a very pale color with a slight pinky purple undertone. It's just going to make sure that it works really well with the colors that we've already applied. We're going to apply this really close to that tear duct area and then very gently sweep it, covering the inner third of the lid. And then there you go. Add some liner, lashes, and mascara, and you're good to go. If you have any questions, I am always here to help. Check out the other videos on the screen, and if you need some help picking out your mid-tone, particularly when you're using color, let me know in the comment section. I'll see you in the next one. Hit that like button.